For student families at Memorial University, getting a spot in one of these apartments feels like winning the lottery.
There are 70 apartments for families, including 3 and 4 bedroom units. The rent here is considered cheap, $1,100 per month. But vacancies are rare, and finding affordable off-campus housing is challenging. So challenging that last year, MUN told incoming students to have a backup plan. The warning is revealed in documents CBC received through access to information. MUN told those students to have thousands of dollars ready to pay for hotels and Airbnbs. Single students arriving in Newfoundland and Labrador were told it could take a month to find housing.
For student families, the hunt for a home can take longer, up to 2 months. So, some families will opt to pay high rent, not because they want to, but because they have to.
I have 2 kids and one is infant. At that time she was 5 months old, and the older one, she's 6 years old. We had to stay at an expensive hotel because that was the only one that is available.
This was a temporary home for Fayez Halim and his family. He arrived at the end of August 2023, tourist season, when rates are higher.
We had to stay there for 9 days. We kind of spent more than $2,000 for 10 days.
While Fayez started looking for housing in St. John's before he arrived here, he got nothing. Once in Newfoundland and Labrador, the search for an apartment started immediately. It took 10 days.
I literally had to send a mail to kind of beg the property manager or the agent that if you don't get us a house to stay, we'll be homeless. We'll have to with kids, we have nowhere to go.
Fayez had one viewing. Worried about their kids, Fayez said his wife offered to return home with their children if they couldn't find a place sooner rather than later. They still have a flat in Bangladesh. After his pleading email, a property manager sent a lease.
It was a 3-bed, 1-bath house, a bit old, but it was at least somewhat clean, not moldy and stuff, but it was $1,750 per month.
This summer, the family moved again.
It's $2,400 per month.
Before moving to Newfoundland and Labrador, Fayez worked in Bangladesh for 12 years. He's able to make rent because of savings, something common for student families trying to make ends meet.
I was living in Elizabeth Towers, which is on main Elizabeth Avenue. I was paying around $3,000 a month because I was so desperate to have a house for myself because I was with children. I decided to just go for it.
Yusera's husband lives and works in Ontario. His pay and their savings helped cover her rent. She moved into a family apartment at Burton's Pond in the summer. The rent is much cheaper, $1,100 a month. It's fully furnished and amenities included. With other families as neighbors, her children have found a community too. For families in a similar situation, Yusera's advice is to get in touch with MUN and try to secure housing before you move. Stability is good for children, even if it comes at a high price tag.
The accommodation might be expensive, it might not be up to their liking, but I think if you're accompanied with children, it's a lot better to find yourself a space instead of staying at a hotel for a few days and then moving to an Airbnb for another few days and then struggling to find a space for yourself.
It was last year when MUN started telling incoming students to be prepared to bankroll for hotels and Airbnbs. With a steep housing market and tight competition, this may be the reality for some time to come. Jenna, CBC News, St. John's.